Rocky, what brings you here tonight?
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 motivational movies.
I'm a tough guy. Tough guys don't do math. Tough guys deep fried chicken for a living. Pues órale, you want a wing or a leg, man?
For this list, we'll be looking at the most inspiring and encouraging films in cinema history. What movie has motivated you? Let us know in the comments. Number 20, Gridiron Gang. The right mentorship at the right age can change the trajectory of a young person's life.
You got nobody but yourself. But goddammit, that's all you need. Believe in yourself and knock me on my ass.
That's precisely what transpires in the sports drama Gridiron Gang, about real-life football team the Kilpatrick Mustangs. Sean Porter works as a probation officer at the Kilpatrick Detention Center in Los Angeles. Not wanting the young inmates to return to lives of crime and violence, he puts together a football team to teach them discipline and cooperation. Though they struggle at first, the team not only grows as players, but as individuals. With a commanding performance from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Gridiron Gang scores plenty of motivational touchdowns throughout.
If we want to win, we gotta let him go. Forgive him and move on.
Forgive him.
Forgive him. Otherwise, we give him too much power over us. And they don't deserve it.
Number 19, To Kill a Mockingbird. Bravery means doing the right thing, even when it seems like no one else is on your side.
You never really understand a person until you consider things from his point of view.
Sir?
Till you climb inside of his skin and walk around in it.
This Best Picture nominated adaptation of Harper Lee's classic novel is ultimately about a man who believes in justice. Gregory Peck plays Atticus Finch, a lawyer in Depression-era Alabama. Finch is defending Tom Robinson, a black man accused of a crime he didn't commit. The film is aware of the grave inequalities of the past and then present, but it also acknowledges the importance of people advocating for one another. When we speak up for what's right, we can change the future for the better. This film proves it.
In this country, our courts are the great levelers. In our courts, all men are created equal.
Number 18, Stand and Deliver. For many, teaching isn't a job as much as it is a calling.
Fingerman, I heard about you. Are you the Fingerman? I'm the Fingerman too. You know what I can do?
In this moving drama, based on the real-life story of high school math teacher Jaime Escalante, we see just how far one teacher will go to reach his students. Played by Edward James Olmos, Escalante uses his Ghana's philosophy to help troubled students excel in advanced mathematics. While there are some naysayers who believe these kids to be a lost cause, Escalante's belief in them prevails. The film was well received by critics, with Olmos even receiving an Oscar nomination. But, above all, Stand and Deliver shows the utmost importance of nurturing intelligence.
I wouldn't want anyone to think you're intelligent, huh?
Number 17, 12 Angry Men. Being a member of a trial jury is an enormous responsibility.
It's a very unusual knife. I've never seen one like it. Neither had the storekeeper who sold it to the boy. Aren't you asking us to accept a pretty incredible coincidence?
I'm just saying a coincidence is possible.
And I say it's not possible.
And in the legal drama 12 Angry Men, a guilty verdict would mean the death sentence for a young defendant. Although a conviction initially seems inevitable, one juror believes the evidence isn't quite convincing enough. This leads to some riveting back and forth exchanges as the 12 strangers attempt to reach some semblance of understanding. With great direction by Sidney Lumet and powerful performances from actors like Henry Fonda and Lee J. Cobb, the verdict is unanimous. 12 Angry Men is an all-time great motivational movie.
Not guilty.
Guilty. Boy, how do you like that?
Number 16, Amelie. Have you ever wondered about the individuals you encounter during your day-to-day activities?
Ce rire, c'est celui du mari de la fleuriste. Il a des petites rides de malice au coin des yeux. Oh, dans la vitrine de la pâtisserie, il y a des sucettes Pierrot Gourmand. Vous sentez ce parfum? C'est Pépone qui fait goûter ses melons aux clients.
Amelie is the enchanting story of a young woman who makes it her mission to improve the lives of those around her, while also learning to love herself. Though she encounters obstacles, as well as people who aren't nearly as thoughtful as she is, her faith in humanity is rightfully asserted. With lovely cinematography, clever writing, and a winning lead performance by the talented Audrey Tautou, Amelie is one trip to Paris we'll gladly take again and again.
Ma petite Amélie, vous n'avez pas des os en verre. Vous pouvez vous cogner à la vie. Si vous laissez passer cette chance, alors avec le temps, c'est votre cœur qui va devenir aussi sec et cassant que mon squelette.
Number 15, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. When reality isn't quite working out, it's easy to escape into fantasy.
Hey, Cheryl. I have something creative I've been working on, too.
Oh.
Little side project.
Walter, it's amazing. Walter.
Ben Stiller plays Walter Mitty, a man who finds refuge from his lonely life by imagining himself in a variety of incredible situations. But when opportunity knocks, Walter is sent off on a globe-spanning adventure. As you might expect, it's not an easy journey. In fact, it often seems like all hope is lost. But Walter keeps trying, and his perseverance is ultimately rewarded. Also directed by Stiller, Walter Mitty is an ode to the dreamer in all of us, a reminder that it's never too late to live the life we want to.
I jumped out of a helicopter yesterday into the ocean and had a shark fight.
Listen, I was mentioning before, people who daydream too much, they're not content.
No, it was real. It really did.
Really? Then I'll put down Adrenaline Junkie. What kind of a shark? Was it like a...
Hey, Todd. I can't really talk right now. I'm on my way to a volcano.
Number 14, 8 Mile. Eminem didn't become the best-selling hip-hop artist in history by accident. 8 Mile stars the rapper in a gritty tale inspired by his very own rags-to-riches story.
You worked here longer than me, and I get paid more than you do.
Serious, man?
Dog, take a seat. What's this guy standing in line for? He ain't got money to eat.
Living in a broken home, Jimmy, aka B-Rabbit, dreams of making it as a successful rapper. The movie shows that succeeding in any art form takes a lot of patience and dedication, regardless of natural ability. You don't have to be an Eminem superfan to appreciate 8 Mile. This is a movie about doing your best to share your gifts with the world, one verse at a time. Your palms sweaty yet?
While he stands tough, notice that this man did not have his hands up. This free world's got you gassed up. Now who's afraid of the big bad wolf?
Number 13, Whiplash. How far would you be willing to push yourself to excel at your craft?
Why do you suppose I just hurled a chair at your head, Neiman?
That's the question at the heart of director Damien Chazelle's Whiplash. Miles Teller plays Andrew Neiman, a young jazz drummer at a prestigious music academy. Andrew proceeds to put himself through a living nightmare in order to impress his ruthless instructor, played by a menacing J.K. Simmons. While we would never encourage anyone to push themselves anywhere near as far as Teller's character does, this film is sure to motivate you. When it's not terrifying you, that is.
It's okay. Play. Do you think you're out of tune?
Number 12, A Beautiful Mind. Learning how our brains work is an endlessly fascinating topic to explore.
I need to look through to the governing dynamics. Find a truly original idea. That's the only way I'll ever distinguish myself. It's the only way that I'll ever...
Massive.
It can also help us understand the world around us. In this Best Picture-winning flick, Russell Crowe plays John Nash, a brilliant mathematician with paranoid schizophrenia. Highlighting its effects on John as well as his loved ones, the movie does a great job of illustrating the challenges posed by mental illness without demonizing those afflicted by it. With great performances by Crowe and Jennifer Connelly, this is one movie that adds up to an inspiring viewing experience.
It is only in the mysterious equations of love that any logical reasons can be found. I'm only here tonight because of you.
Number 11, Selma. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is a legend of the civil rights movement for many reasons.
Children become victims of one of the most vicious crimes ever perpetrated against humanity within the walls of their own church. They are sainted now. They are the sainted ones in this quest for freedom. and they speak to us still.
The movie Selma serves to remind us that, at his core, King was simply a man fighting for change. In director Ava DuVernay's film about the Selma to Montgomery marches, we see the lengths King went to in order to help Black Americans register to vote without racist restrictions. In the role of the Baptist minister/activist, David Oyelowo demonstrates just how King was able to inspire so many people. The fight for equality didn't end with these marches, but Selma serves as a reminder of the power that comes with joining together in the name of justice.
Despite the pain, despite the tears, our freedom will soon be upon us. For truth, crushed to earth, will rise again.
Number 10. Freedom Riders. Another moving story of an educator inspiring their students. This movie stars Hilary Swank as Erin Gruwell, a Long Beach teacher whose class is brimming with racial unrest in the early 90s.
Hey girl, you want to give me some fries with that shake?
With violence occurring inside and outside of the school walls, Gruwell goes to great lengths to teach her students how to respect one another. It's through this respect that they also learn how to live their best lives. Swank is incredibly effective in the role, while the young actors playing the students are equally genuine.
I walk into the room and feel as though all the problems in life are not so important anymore. I am home.
Sure, there are other movies like Freedom Riders out there, but few are quite as inspiring. Number 9. Hidden Figures. For too long, many integral individuals in the United States race to space were all but ignored.
Catherine's the gal for that. She can handle any numbers you put in front of her.
I'll check her credentials. Didn't think her coming all the way down here.
Thanks in part to the film Hidden Figures, that's since changed. It's here that the spotlight is pointed towards a group of Black women who were instrumental in helping NASA soar. The three mathematicians had to not only figure out complex space travel equations, but also learn to stand tall in the face of oppression.
There is no bathroom. There are no colored bathrooms in this building, or any building outside the West Campus, which is half a mile away. Did you know that? I have to walk to Timbuktu just to relieve myself.
Taraji P. Henson, Octavia Spencer, and Janelle Monáe were all celebrated for their portrayals, as was the film for showing just how much of a difference these women made in the efforts of space exploration. Number 8. October Sky. Talk about reaching for the stars. In this biographical drama, Jake Gyllenhaal plays Homer Hickam, an aspiring rocketeer.
What you think about getting in that science fair now?
I think we got a chance.
However, he has to contend with some obstacles, namely the disapproval of his coal miner father. He believes Homer is best suited to join him in the mines, not venturing into the stars. The real-life Homer would go on to become a NASA engineer, and this film shows just how much he was inspired by the wide world outside his small town to get there. It may be about rockets, but October Sky is a wonderfully down-to-earth movie.
I only hope I can be as good a man as you are. I mean, sure, Dr. Von Braun's a great scientist, but he isn't my hero.
Number 7. Remember the Titans.
You smiling?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Why are you smiling?
Because I love football. Football's fun.
Fun, sir.
Fun, sir.
It's fun.
Yes.
You sure?
I think
Now you're thinking. First you smile, then you think.
The best sports stories are just as captivating off the field as they are on it. In this biopic, Denzel Washington plays Herman Boone, the new football coach at a recently integrated Virginia high school. Tensions are initially high between the mixed teammates, but Boone's discipline helps them to work together. In time, they learn what greatness truly is. Washington was lauded for his performance, while Remember the Titans would go on to stand as one of the best football movies of all time, not to mention one of the most encouraging.
If we don't come together right now on this hollow ground, we too will be destroyed.
Number 6. Forrest Gump. While this Best Picture winner isn't a true story, it uses actual events to show the journey of an ordinary man who undergoes extraordinary experiences.
Congratulations. How do you feel? I gotta pay.
These include meeting numerous presidents and running cross-country for 3 years. Yep, watching Forrest Gump is like getting a tour through 20th century history with a guide you'll never forget. Fan favorite actor Tom Hanks plays Forrest to heartwarming effect. The film shows that a lack of so-called book smarts can't stop you from overcoming unbelievable odds. You know what they say about life being like a box of chocolates.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Number 5, It's a Wonderful Life. When it comes to motivational holiday movies, it's hard to beat It's a Wonderful Life. In this Frank Capra-directed classic, a man overcomes a crisis through the help of his guardian angel and neighbors.
Told you I'm your guardian angel. I know everything about you.
Well, you look about like the kind of an angel I'd get.
As small-town banker George Bailey, Jimmy Stewart brings to life a character who's down on his luck, but not down for the count. There may be uncaring types in Bedford Falls, like the ruthless businessman Mr. Potter, but compassion wins out in the end. More than 75 years later, It's a Wonderful Life is as timeless and touching as ever.
Hey! Merry Christmas, Mr. Potter! Happy New Year to you! In jail!
Number 4, Dead Poets Society. No movie teacher has inspired us quite like John Keating, ever.
Gather ye rosebuds while ye may.
Played by the ultra-talented Robin Williams, Keating teaches the young men at his prep school the meaning of carpe diem. He does so through unconventional ways, however, such as having them stand atop their desks. This inspires the students to start living for the moment. The message is clear: realize your dreams, regardless of what those in power have to say about it. And as for the movie's stirring conclusion, prepare for goosebumps. All of them.
Captain, my captain.
Sit down, Mr. Anderson. You hear me? Sit down.
Number 3, Rocky. Can you think of a movie underdog that's quite as iconic as Rocky Balboa? Good luck. A small-time Philadelphia boxer who goes up against the heavyweight champion of the world, Apollo Creed, Rocky epitomizes the dedication required to separate the dreamers from the doers. Whether dodging punches in the ring, running museum steps, or fighting for his love interest, Adrian, we just can't help but root for Rocky every step of the way.
What do you think about when the 15th round you're coming out?
Add in that all-time great musical score, and Rocky is, and always will be, a knockout when it comes to cinematic motivation. Number 2, The Pursuit of Happyness. When you've been knocked down, how do you pick yourself back up?
When I was a kid, I could go through a math book in a week, so I'm going to go see about the job they got down there.
What job?
Stockbroker.
The Pursuit of Happyness focuses on Chris Gardner, a San Francisco salesman who finds himself and his son, Christopher, homeless while trying to land a stockbroker job. Gardner is met with numerous setbacks throughout the film, but his hope for a better tomorrow keeps him going. That and his unmeasurable love for young Christopher. Will Smith and his real-life son Jaden played the family duo, both giving heart-wrenching performances in the process. Trust us, this is one pursuit worth going on.
Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. Not even me. All right? You got a dream, you got to protect it.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, The Shawshank Redemption. For most people, being sentenced to life in prison would mean an end to hope.
That also is very convenient, isn't it, Mr. Dufresne?
Since I am innocent of this crime, sir, I find it decidedly inconvenient that the gun was never found.
For Andy Dufresne, it was a potential new beginning. When Andy, played by Tim Robbins, is incarcerated at Shawshank State Prison, he learns how to navigate the penal system with the help of his newfound friend, Ellis Red Redding. But Andy's time on the inside doesn't squash his dream of life outside the prison walls. Not with his motivation, anyways. Based on a novella by Stephen King, The Shawshank Redemption takes a story of crisis and turns it into a tale of triumph.
I guess it comes down to a simple choice, really. Get busy living, or get busy dying.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.